stay inside middle management and stay there. And I was like, I'm going to try it anyway. Started Beachbody with John Congdon. I think we've had a pretty good run. Another guy told me later, he doesn't know how to raise money. How are you going to start your own company? You've never raised money before. I went out, I dealt with mentors, I talked to probably 200 people to get to the 20 who helped us raise the first $500,000, and we got the company off the ground in 1998. Somebody else told me he'll never make it through the year. He doesn't have the cash flow. Why doesn't he just quit while he's ahead? Literally, one of my investors called me and said, hey, you had a good job, that great abs guaranteed, the thin thighs guaranteed, and you still have some money in the bank, why don't you send the rest of it back to us? I'm like, I'm not done yet. He's like, yeah, but you know, it's really hard business, the infomercial business. Why don't you send us all our money back? I'm like, no, keep on doing this, I'm gonna keep on going. And then Power 90 came along. Of course, people in the industry told us they'll never be able to sell Power 90 on TV. It looks too hard. I was sitting at a lunch with the media company that if we succeed, they're going to make 10% of every media buy that we make. Every media purchase, they make the money. And they literally sat at this lunch and they said, they're going through the Power 90 guidebook that I had written. And they said, well, this will never sell on TV. We're seeing people are working too hard. That'll never work. And we're like, we're going to try it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. Sure enough, it worked. That was our first $30 million product that next year. I was told they'll never be able to do better than Power 90. They're a one-trick pony. How are you going to do that? 90-day program, got great results. One day I was on a train with John, and I was reading a book by Lance Armstrong called It's Better Than the Bike, or It's Not About the Bike, or something like that. Somebody ride a bike, give me a shot, I don't know. Anyway, he was talking about how his muscles changed, how his body changed when he went through his cancer treatments and everything, and it got me thinking about something that Steve Edwards, our Vice President of Results and Fitness, had mentioned to me about overtraining and mild overtraining, and we came up with the idea for Slim and Six. Literally on a train, I was like, John, what do you think of this name, Slim and Six? He's like, that sounds pretty good. 6 weeks, right? I'm like, yeah, let's try 6 weeks. We actually got better results in 6 weeks than we did with the original Power 90. Oops, I guess we weren't a one-trick pony. Then we were told they'll never be able to create an open community online. People will shred the company when the products don't work. When we were launching our message boards, everybody in the infomercial industry said, that is a huge mistake, you won't be able to succeed. When you have an infomercial on TV, all the people will come in and tell you how awful you are on your message boards. And I remember one day, we had those message boards live. This is when we were moderating all the comments. John came into my office and was like, a person just posted on the message board and they said, is this Power 90 thing a scam or what? And he said, do I let that post go? And I was like, man, give it a shot. It was great working with you. And so we put that up and we just watched at the computer to see what would happen. And then person after person after person said, this is the real deal. As hard as you work is the results that you're going to get. If you follow the meal plan, you'll get the results. If you don't do the meal plan, you won't get the results. I'll help you, I'll support you, we'll create up a special thread. People started to branch out into special niches and military and single moms and families doing it together. Like, it was this really cool thing to watch. That's what happens when we created community. I guess that worked. They'll never be able to compete with the big boys when the business model shifts to free trial offers. They'll get buried. That's what happened in 2004, 2005. One of our big competitors started to do free trial offers, and they heard us. And we were like, maybe we need to do that. But what we realized was it wasn't about the offer as much as it was about how compelling the programming and the results were. And that's when Turbo Jams launched and Hip Hop Abs launched, and we had our first $100 million year. They'll never be able to sell P90X on TV. It's a terrible name, and they've already failed 23 times with different configurations. That was the time between 2005 and 2007, and I literally had people in little factions whispering around the office, when's somebody going to tell Carl this will never work? Like, that literally got back to me. I was like, when are we going to fire the person that said that? P90X has gone on to do over $1 billion in sales. They'll never be able to make a 10-minute exercise program work. They already failed with Fast 10. I don't know if you knew about that program, but that was a 10-minute program that we tested. And we decided to try again with 10-Minute Trainer and Tony Horton. And we were told that'll kill the P90X franchise. You can't have a 10-minute easy program with the same guy that you have a extreme 90-day program. 10-Minute Trainer went on to be a #1 show. Guess what the #2 show was? P90X. Those two coexisted, did very well. 10-Minute Trainer has done over $250 million in sales to date. They'll never be able to launch a network marketing business this way. You only succeed in that business by promising wealth, not by motivating people to help others get healthy and fit. Over and over again, even while we were in the midst of launching this, I was told you have to put the money, the financial opportunity first. If it's about helping people, you'll just get tree huggers. Well, I hope let's all go outside and hug some trees, shall we? Let's do it with fat wallets. They'll never be able to grow that network bigger than $50 million a year. They still sell in other channels. There's no such thing as channel synergy. We've had our biggest media year in history this year, helping support the network. But guess what? The network is now generating more revenue than direct marketing. It's $800 million a year. I think channel synergy exists. They'll never be able to sell a product called Insanity. It's too hard. They're letting a dancer be the face of the program. It's done over $750 million now. He'll never be able to get people to buy a shake that costs almost $5 a serving. There's a $1. There are $1 protein shakes everywhere. But what wasn't everywhere was the promise that if I could just get something in a cup that helps me feel a little bit less guilty about hating vegetables, I'll be the one that buys it. And it turns out there's about 500,000 other people right now who are buying it as well. And I think we can double that to another 1 million. They'll never be able to get people to follow a 21-day cleanse program with complex recipes and strange foods. Quinoa? What the hell? They want simple stuff like the lemon and cayenne pepper cleanse. Turns out people are doing that cleanse, the 21-day, the ultimate reset. They're doing it every week. A new group starts, and that thing continues to grow. It's a niche program, but it still works for the people who want to get that kind of reset, who are struggling with toxicity inside. That program's a winner. They'll never be able to do over $400 million a year without expanding internationally first. North America is not a growth market for network marketing. Without expanding internationally, while we still try to make sure that we're getting things right here, we're going to do over $1 billion next year. Pretty solid. They'll never be able to sell a 21-day program with kitschy colored containers. 21-day results can't compete with our other programs, and the containers look complicated. That's literally what I was told by a professional producer in the business, that once you do 90 and 60-day and insane programs, you can't back up to simplicity, half-hour workouts with little containers, and 21 days will never be able to compete with your 60 and 90-day programs. That has been the biggest launch in the history of the company with the fastest momentum. We've done over 500,000 challenge packs of 21-day fix this year. They'll never be able to launch a digital service. Look at how bad they are at solving technological problems. We hired the #1 guy, the guy who helped launch Hulu, and he got that product up within 8 months. And it already has over 600,000 members. So, what's this about? The doubters said we couldn't do all these things. Still got problems to solve, but the bottom line is, we didn't listen to them. Instead, we did it all. Each one of those things, we did it. So now what are we going to do? We've got lingering questions. Our work's not done. We're just getting started. Can we improve customer service and coach relations? Damn right we can. As soon as I leave here, I get to work on those problems. Can we execute the tech waves to truly solve our current tech issues and become tech innovators? You bet we can. And we get back to work at that tomorrow morning. Can we market a line of performance supplements which cost more, but like Shakeology, finally achieve the promise of what performance means? Yeah, you can get stuff that looks and sounds like our performance line. If you go to a sports nutrition store, I won't say the name, 3 letters. Starts with G, ends with C. And can we market those? They're expensive, they're weird. 20 servings, 24 servings, 30 servings. The way it's working out for me I use those things in different varieties. I use them at different times.